The Monsters Boat Ride is a whimsical yet spine-tingling adventure tucked into the darker corners of Six Flags, where screams blend with laughter and mystery floats on the water. As you approach the ride, the towering entrance looms ahead, shaped like a gaping sea monster's mouth, its glowing eyes watching every guest who dares to enter. A crooked wooden dock leads the way to the loading area, where eerie music plays in the background and fog drifts low over the water, hiding what lies beneath. The queue winds past flickering lanterns, old pirate flags, and warning signs scrawled with messages like "Turn back" and "They never returned." Animatronic skeletons clutch onto broken barrels along the line, some of them moving suddenly to startle unsuspecting visitors. Once you're seated in the boat, a friendly but cryptic ride operator gives you a grin and says, "Good luck down there," before pushing you off into the darkness. The boat glides into a pitch-black tunnel, and immediately, glowing green eyes blink open on the walls around you. A low growl echoes through the tunnel, bouncing off the wet stone walls as the boat drifts deeper into the monster's domain. Suddenly, a burst of light reveals a cave filled with colorful, slimy monsters peeking out from stalactites, their grins both goofy and menacing. One of the creatures sneezes, spraying mist onto the boat with a loud ACHOO that causes everyone to jump and laugh at once. A sharp turn takes the boat into a twisted forest where vine-like tentacles slither toward the water, trying to snag passing riders. There's a narrow escape as the boat ducks under a fallen tree, just as a furry monster with 6 eyes swings down from a vine overhead. In the next room, glowing mushrooms line the banks of the river, and tiny goblin-like monsters use them as trampolines, bouncing high and giggling. An eerie lullaby starts playing as the boat enters a dollhouse-sized village where monster children play with oversized toys and blink at you with button eyes. The mood shifts as thunder cracks and the water begins to ripple. Something large is swimming just beneath the surface. A sudden splash sends a cold wave over the side of the boat, and a massive serpentine tail rises and disappears again into the darkness. The boat enters a shipwreck zone, where monster pirates growl and sing haunting sea shanties, waving swords made of coral and driftwood. One of the pirates swings out over the boat on a rope, pausing inches from the riders' faces before laughing maniacally. The next area is an underwater cavern with glowing jellyfish monsters suspended in the air, pulsing with eerie bioluminescence. Soft bubbles surround the boat as it glides slowly past a sleeping sea beast, its massive mouth half open, filled with glowing teeth. Just as the boat starts to speed up, the monster's eye twitches, and it lets out a low moan, causing a panic as riders duck instinctively. A skeleton monster lifeguard whistles from a high tower, yelling in a goofy voice, "No swimming." Dangerous creatures ahead. The walls tighten into a narrow cave, where long, rubbery arms slither out of cracks in the rock, waving at the riders as the boat passes. The ride suddenly drops a few feet like a mini flume, sending a splash over everyone and emerging into a foggy swamp. Glowing green mist hangs over the murky water, and shadowy figures dance just out of reach, their laughter echoing from all directions. A large, furry monster playing a banjo on a porch gives a slow wink and says, "Y'all best be moving along now." From behind a curtain of dripping moss, glowing monster eyes peek out and follow the boat's every move. A cave mouth opens ahead, teeth carved into the rocky entrance, and the boat plunges inside as dramatic organ music swells. Inside, a mad scientist monster is working in a bubbling lab, cackling about his latest experiment, a ride that never ends. Sparks fly from one machine to another as a stitched-together monster presses buttons wildly and sets off flashing alarms. The boat spins in a wide circle in this chaotic scene before drifting into a pitch-black tunnel, where you hear heavy breathing right beside you. The boat slows as glowing handprints appear on the walls, growing larger and more numerous, as if something is trying to claw its way out. A sudden gust of cold air rushes through, and a giant one-eyed monster pops out from the ceiling, yelling "BOO," before retreating in laughter. In the next room, a peaceful garden of fuzzy monsters relaxes in hammocks and sip glowing smoothies, waving at the boat as it passes. This moment of calm doesn't last, as sirens sound and a warning blares, "Warning, monsters on the loose." The ride speeds up, passing monsters running wild, some chasing each other, others laughing, some even arguing over stolen snacks. One monster holds a "Welcome to the Monster Zone" sign upside down, looking confused before getting tackled by another. The boat hits one final drop, splashing into a neon cavern where all the monsters you saw earlier are now dancing in a wild celebration. Colored lights swirl overhead and confetti rains down as music blasts, making it feel like the boat crashed a monster party. A disco ball monster spins on its head while others do the worm, swing from vines, and wave glow sticks. As the ride nears the end, the monsters wave goodbye in unison, their giant smiles glowing in the dark. The boat gently glides back into the loading dock, and the operator greets you with a mischievous grin, saying, "Looks like you made it back, this time." As you step off the boat, you pass one last sign: next time, the monsters might not let you go so easily. And just before you leave the ride area, a final animatronic monster pops out and shouts, "See you soon."